If you know anything about magic, you know the name David Copperfield. This guy isn't just an illusionist. He's a living legend. We're talking about the man who made the Statue of Liberty vanish into thin air, walked straight through the Great Wall of China, and even flew over the Grand Canyon like a superhero. His shows are so enormous, so mind-bendingly baffling, that for years, people whispered that he had to be getting some help from the other side. Yeah, rumors actually spread that he was working with the devil. But here's the unbelievable part. All that supernatural mystique, all those secrets he guarded with his life, they were nearly destroyed by a simple judge in a mundane American courtroom. A judge who forced the legendary magician to reveal one of his most famous tricks under oath, right in front of the public. This is the story of the $2 million trial that almost ended the magic. It all started back in 2013 at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Copperfield was performing one of his signature illusions, a trick-agit, lucky number 13. The setup is simple but absolutely stunning. He calls 13 random audience members up onto the stage. They all step inside this huge, suspended cage, which is then locked shut. A curtain drops over it for literally a split second, and when it's lifted, boom. The cage is empty, and just as the audience is gasping, those same 13 people instantly reappear at the very back of the theater, waving. It's a classic mind-blower. How in the world do they move that fast? Is it a transporter beam? Clones? Well, that instantaneous disappearance and reappearance is exactly where the lawsuit begins. You see, the secret to lucky number 13 isn't magic. It's brutal coordination and pure, unadulterated speed. Those 13 participants don't teleport. The moment the curtain drops, they are secretly ushered out of the cage by stagehands and led through a series of hidden backstage passageways. They go down a very dark, winding, and narrow path, and they have to sprint and, absolutely dash for their lives, make their grand re-entrance behind the audience before the illusioness. Timing is ruined. It's a hyper-sure, chaotic race against the clock. One of the participants that night was a British tourist named Gavin Cox, and during that frantic backstage dash, he was not having a good time. In 2014, a year after the show, Cox filed a lawsuit against both David Copperfield and the MGM Grand. He claimed that because the secret route was so dark, hazardous, and littered with construction debris, he tripped and fell hard, smacking his head on the ground. He alleged that this fall resulted in chronic pain and a permanent brain injury that changed his life forever. Cox wasn't asking for pocket change. He was demanding serious cash. The lawsuit was seeking around $1.4 million just for his medical costs, with the total damages hovering close to $2 million. This was not a small claim. It was a direct assault on the safety end. More importantly, the secrecy of Copperfield's entire operation. The case threatened to pull back the curtain on a world built on illusion and expose the gritty, dangerous reality behind it. Now, we get to the moment that sent shockwaves through the entire magic community. In April 2018, the trial began, and the judge made a ruling that was a complete nightmare for any magician. She decided that in order for the jury to determine if David Copperfield and his team were negligent in securing the backstage route, the defense had to explain exactly what happened. They had to reveal the secret. The judge forced Copperfield, under oath, to describe the mechanics of lucky number 13. This is the ultimate taboo. A magician's secrets are the core of their life's work, and revealing them in a public forum is unthinkable. Copperfield's executive producer even testified that revealing the illusion would be financially devastating, not just for Copperfield, but for other magicians who use similar methods. But the court didn't care. So, Copperfield took the stand. He confirmed that yes, the trick required audience members to run through a secret passage. He described the route, the dim lighting, and the need for speed. For the first time, the man who built his career on mystery was forced to explain away his own magic. While the deepest technical details were thankfully protected in closed sessions, the core secret was now part of the public record. But Copperfield's legal team wasn't just going to roll over. Now that the secret was out, they went on the attack, and they started poking massive holes in Gavin Cox's story. They brought up some huge inconsistencies. For instance, Cox claimed he was in agonizing pain and had suffered a severe head injury. But if that was true, why did he only bother to seek medical attention the very next day? Furthermore, Copperfield's team testified they had no record of an incident report being filed on the night of the show, which suggests the injury wasn't immediately obvious or even reported to the staff. If you've just suffered a life-altering brain injury, wouldn't you tell someone right away? Then came the knockout blow. The defense team presented video evidence. This footage, taken right after the alleged incident, showed Gavin Cox walking completely normally. If he was truly suffering from a debilitating brain injury that made walking difficult, why was he seen on camera moving around without any issue, even managing to carry his own heavy luggage? The video evidence completely undermined his claim of being severely incapacitated. It painted a picture of someone who was either exaggerating his injuries or wasn't injured at all. After several weeks of intense legal drama, with the world of magic holding its breath, the jury delivered its verdict. And in a stunning victory for the illusionist, they sided entirely with David Copperfield. The jury found that while Copperfield and the MGM were negligent in how they ran the illusion, they were not financially liable for Gavin Cox's alleged injuries. Essentially, they believed Cox was 100% responsible for his own fall. Cox lost the case and walked away with zero compensation, forced to cover his own substantial legal expenses. So, while the legendary illusionist was forced to give up one of his prized secrets in a public courtroom, he ultimately walked free from liability. The trial proved that sometimes, even the darkest and most mysterious of illusions, it's just a matter of great coordination and a very, very fast run. It's a testament to Copperfield's incredible professionalism and the well-oiled machine behind his magic, even if it cost him a little piece of that magic along the way. What do you think? Was the court right to force him to reveal his secret? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable true stories.